Tiled. Okay. This is hipster duelist or enemies set. Let's go over it again. No pausing. I'm not gonna do any pausing and rewinding. For context, I forgot my mic was off, or I didn't turn my mic on, I should say. This laser at the beginning is bad because you're putting yourself in a bad position, and you could be getting in on Marth. Like, the sooner you get in on Marth, the faster you win, especially if they can't SDI drills. So, if you are playing versus a Marth who can't SDI drills, you want to jump in and drill as soon as you see an opening, so as soon as their nair has ended, instead of lasering. You can get in like one laser, but you just shouldn't be jumping. Here, pivot, empty pivot, dash back, grab ledge. So important. And empty pivoting is one of the harder things to do in Melee. There you were positioned so that his nair couldn't hit you, and you could have just ran in and grabbed. You should know your dash dance timings. You need a dash dance with purpose. You need a you need to be in the danger zone and then dash dance. Really key to practice, and you should be going for a shine there. Really key to practice wave shines versus Marth. I mean, you could say the entire reason I lost this match was because I wasn't wave shining, but the real talk thing is that there were like areas everywhere that you could have worked on. That was good lasering because he was in a bad position, so you're forcing him into like the middle ground, and you're forcing an approach while you were still in a good position. So that's the type of laser camping you want to see. But you don't need to laser camp, really, even. It is good, though. Earlier on, I said I'd not rewind, but this was a really important part. I honestly forget what it was. Let me see if I can find it again. Just watching, I will notice it. I think it was before this. He doesn't know how to follow up on platforms. Doesn't know how to follow up on platforms. Yeah, I can't find it again. Anyway. Sorry about that. I said it was really important. Now I need to find it. Here, you want to just refresh invincibility at the right timing and then roll up. Let's say it was that. Let's go back to where we were. Jab doesn't really get much. So at high percents, like this is an issue. At high percents, you just want to be not fishing, but going for kill moves. Like going for whatever kills. That was dangerous. He could have jabbed. You want to sweet spot the ledge there. Why don't Marth double jab more? But anyway. It still ended up bad for you because he got the kill. This is all good. This is good. This is good. Shine, bear. But you did it too early, you see. So it's important to wait sometimes, especially against Marth. Because Marth combo game isn't like Fox or Falco. You need to wait. Like, for Falco, Falco would just shine, dare, Fox. But versus Marth, he has to shine, full hop, wait, dare. And the same thing goes for, like, shine back airs versus Marth. Sorry, I'm coughing. I use my voice a lot while the mic was off. Anyway, that was good. There, if he's crossing you up and he has his back to you, wait for the bear and then just run after him. You want to play like really close to Marth as much as you can. Yeah, if you practice wave shines a lot more, you would win. But there are other areas to practice as well, so don't just focus in on that. Like empty pivots, you could practice and you would have won. Dash dancing with purpose, like there, you were just dash dancing in a dangerous area and not out of it. So that was interesting. And like there, are you dash dancing to try and get him to run after you? Because he's not gonna run after you unless you like give him some sort of like motivation to, right? So you have to be in danger before you start dash dancing away and then nairing. Like a dash dance away nair back in is good if they had an option that they could have used at that point to go in on you. Here, there's a place you can wait on stage, and you see Foxes do this constantly in high level play, where you can just crouch cancel to the side B or up B if they don't hit it, and shine it, and it's basically just stay outside of the range of fair recovering or side B recovering, which isn't as important, but definitely fair, and then move in a bit closer to the edge of the stage after he's fallen past the platform or ledge, I mean. And there's a place with every character, every matchup where you can stand at the ledge and just stand there and be threatening. You don't need to move even at all. It's just they can't hit you there, so, and they have to come up onto stage, so you can just react from there. I'm really interested in why you pick Fountain of Dreams here. I mean, it works out, so. Grab. Crouch cancel grab. For some reason, it's super awkward to do, even though it's just holding down and grabbing. Jump cancel grabbing. Like, it shouldn't be awkward to do, and you should learn how to do it, because Nair is not a good move on Marth. Especially at 0%, is garbage. Like, he just opened himself up if he had just crouch cancel grabbed, so I don't know. I've been struggling with crouch cancel grabs too, even though they're super easy. Maybe we should just like hold down and do jump cancel grabs as practice. Like 1 minute set of that, just to get used to it. Double jab, double jab. No Marth double jab. Like, how do they watch Mewtwo King and be like, he F smashes every single time someone's off stage? It's silly. Detailed and double jab are two of the most best things. That was really good. Recovery game, I'm sure you can see all the like mistakes you make. I don't. That's just that just comes with experience. That can't be like coached or practiced. You just everyone knows they need to work on their recovery. So that's all I'll say about it. In invincibility, you want to like play the avoiding game, and rolling behind Marth is actually a good option, especially at this level. It's the same principle as a dash dance. You get in danger, and then you roll, and then if they put out a move, you get behind them, and if they don't put anything out, then they get something. But like, it's really tempting to put something out. Good crouch cancel shine. Here, if you'll see Armada do this all the time. If they fall past you, if they're out of fair range and you've had invincibility for the fair, and you know the fair is not going to hit you, then you just jump up and re-grab ledge, and Marth's dead, and roll up, and Marth's dead. So you want to just think about that. You can also, if you see him go past you, you can go down and shine. But then he can up you early, so don't do that. I don't know why I said 2. Anyway. It's important to shield stop when Marth's just standing still. It's a really dumb thing, but F smash is so threatening that if you're running into Marth and he's standing still, you need to shield stop right before his F smash range. That was a super bad recovery. At least you can react to that and get that. Like, this Marth isn't good, and you could have won this. And that was weird platform shenanigans. You could have won this with like a number of things if you just practiced a little bit more. But this Marth's winning off your mistakes. Like, never think that the other opponent is good or anything. Always just think about how they're winning off of your mistakes, and that, like, all you need to do is go into the match, do exactly what you practiced, and like practice until you can do it exactly how you want to, and just play the character versus the character. 80%, which is the number that Zen randomly made up, 80% is the amount of like times you have to play versus the character. You only need to play against an opponent 20% of the time. You just do what beats the character in most situations. Like, there you can walk all the way up and crouch cancel shine if he misses it, or just grab the ledge. So you must have banned Dreamland. Yeah, never mind. I think maybe this is a standard counter pick now in best of 3. I don't know. It's not bad. But winning game 1 was super important. So I didn't see any hand warmers at the beginning of this at all. You just went straight into it. So as Fox, it's actually super important to ask for hand warmers. 1 minute hand warmers. Use the full minute, or however much you want, really. But use the full minute. Practice your tech, because like you're gonna gain more from it than Marth will, for sure. Marth's not a technical player. He doesn't need like practice on his running details, so I can just pull them out whenever I want without any practice prior. But Fox, you need tons of practice, and you need your stuff to be well practiced and crispy, as much as it possibly can be. So you will always benefit from hand warmers more than your opponent will as Fox. Even like Falco. Unless you're doing Fox, and then it's just, hand warmers are even, because everyone's getting the benefit. See, that was good movement. That's much better than trying to I forget what happened in the first game or second game. That reminded me of that. Anyway, that was a good shorten. Grab ledge. Grab ledge. Like, there's a whole space, like right by the ledge, wave dash back distance, where you can just react to him falling down and grab ledge. You just need to figure out where to stand. Because you can stand closer than that when they're not on the ledge. When they're on the ledge, you need to back up a little bit, and there's a place you can stand when they're on the ledge that you won't get hit. And Fox has so much movement that it's easy to do that. Like, the only reason you ever get hit by the ledge is because you're putting yourself in a bad position. You can always put yourself in a good position as Fox to edge guard. That was good. Going for the kill move is sometimes the best thing to do. Like, if a move kills, go for it. When you have a chance. When the chances are good, I should say. Oh my god. Oh my god. Smart. Like, the Smart, he's making so many mistakes. It's just, you're making mistakes he can capitalize on, and he's not making mistakes you can capitalize on. He's just making mistakes that let you live a bit longer. There, you can shark him and up air instead of platform tech chase. Platform tech chase is good, but most Foxes will just cover an option with a up air. And you see there again, you weren't in a spot where you could stand safely. And when they're on the ledge, you just need to stand in that position. And you're threatening, and they have to come up eventually, and you can react to anything that they do. Literally anything. Just on reaction. So you shouldn't get nervous when they're on the edge and like feel like you need to put out a move or something. I think people who play this game get like anxiety when they're not pressing buttons. But like, just think like, I'm in such a good position now, I'm gonna stay exactly where I am and be confident in that positioning. But yeah, continuing with platform tech chase, most Foxes use up air to cover an option, but if you do notice that they're rolling a lot, then that's when you adapt and you start wave landing on. But you should always start with up air, because there's a reason why Leffen and Ice and SFAT all follow up onto platforms with an up air covering an option, a deck in place. Because this is the best default option. Pardon me. Why don't Marth detail and double jab more? You could have got a cool dare there, though. Anyway. Missing that tech was really important. Another thing, I think I noticed earlier is something where reverse hit of Nair hit you off stage, and you had no double jump, so it went over an F smash. If you up B, you get like a little boost of height from the up B. So if you get hit by a reverse Nair, that's not a true combo, Nair into F smash, because you can use that up B to get some extra height, so the F smash won't hit. And they probably will go for it because obviously it got him a kill there. But if you're smart enough to up B, then the Fox doesn't get a point, or the Marth doesn't get a kill there. So here you could have up tilted. You're in like Gimp happy mode, and like maybe you should have shined there again. Honestly, like go for it. But you could have up tilted there and got the damage on instead, and then also send him off stage. But you just shined and sent him back on stage. And like I know, playing Fox, I've played Fox in tournament, and you get like nerves, and you're like, I need to shine him. That's the only way I'm gonna win this. The only way I'm gonna win is giving him. But like you need to think of it like I'm gonna do exactly what I did in practice. I'm not gonna like pull anything that I haven't practiced or pull anything that isn't gonna hit out of nowhere and go for it. It doesn't turn out well. And like you gotta ask yourself, is shine there? Does that lead into anything that I practiced? Does it like put me in a good position? Or does up tilt, is that what I practiced after Fade 3 Nair? Because it should be. A cross up Nair. But yeah, you could have won that. Like if you just practice your wave shines, you could win it, but you could completely dominate him if you practice everything else. Like when to grab the ledge, when to shine, when to refresh your invincibility, and how to wait and react, and how to wait during combos. You could completely dominate him, and it just takes some knowledge of the game and the matchup to do that. But yeah, hope it helped. On to the next one.